25 years.
25 years. You are too young for civil services, and that too first attempt. Very good. This is the first attempt.
Thank you.
So, country needs more doctors, particularly empathetic doctors, and you have chosen the field of veterinary science. Now you want to shift to civil services. How your veterinary science studies are helpful for civil service exam? Not only exam, but also as a professional in civil services in your career.
Ma'am, regarding veterinary science, it may not be directly related to administration or civil services, but the experience from veterinary services can be applied in administration. For example, animals are very dumb animals where they cannot express their sufferings, ma'am. But we as veterinary doctors, we observe the animal, the condition of the animal, we understand them empathetically, and through our observation skills, ma'am, we will try to sort out the problem of the animal, and we can take the quick decisions. So observation and decision making skills are the two important things that an administrator needs, that a civil servant needs. So this experience from the veterinary science by treating of animals can be applied in administration, where most of the people who enter the administration, or most of the people who cannot approach the administration, who cannot express their problems, so they can be, those problems can be observed.
What is the reason for Ebola?
It is mostly through zoonotic cause, ma'am, because of animal origin, which has spread to the human beings also.
So that is the reason for Ebola. So swine flu?
It's also from the pigs, ma'am.
Bird flu?
Through birds, avian influenza virus.
COVID?
There are some apprehensions that COVID is also because of animal origin by the means.
Along with humans, does animals got affected with COVID?
Reverse zoonosis, ma'am. There are some cases where there is also spread of COVID from human beings to animals, like in Western countries, ma'am. But there is no case of reverse zoonosis in India, ma'am.
Very good, very good. So you are from Jagitya.
Yes.
What is your health system? How is your health system in Jagitya? I have seen one of your collector, Mr. Sharath, has introduced a very good institutional delivery system.
Yes.
Explain the health provisions in Jagitya, and do you have 100% institutional delivery system in Jagitya?
Ma'am, in terms of health status, most of the hospitals are cornered by the private payers, ma'am, rather than government. But because of the administration, there is increasing institutional deliveries in Jagitial. There has been high prevalence of sanitation practices, focused on malnutrition also. Thanks to district administration, there is a very progressive role in terms of public health care, ma'am.
Okay, what about education?
According to 2011 census, the literacy rate in Jagitial is 60%, ma'am. But as per recent reports from the district administration, district studies, it will be around 80 to 83%. There is a lot of improvement in terms of education.
Sharath, I heard that your CM have distributed some goats or buffaloes to the farmers. Do you have that program even today?
Yes, ma'am, it is still existing. Sheep SRDP, ma'am, sheep redistribution program.
Will it be helpful for the farmers?
Rather than saying it for farmers, it is helpful for some community like Yadavas who are mainly dependent on livestock.
That program is only for Yadava community or for everyone?
Not universal, ma'am. It is two communities.
What is the eligibility criteria for the sheep distribution program?
Sorry, ma'am. I will like to get updated.
Okay. I think with your reservation and with your studies of veterinary sciences and animal husbandry, because there is a shortage of veterinary doctors in India, you get a good job as a veterinary doctor. Then why you have opted for civil services?
My entry into civil services is because of some reasons, ma'am. One is because of I always admired for making a social change, where I can play a key role in leadership, where I can act as a catalyst in nation building, ma'am.
The best way to judge a human being is his compassion towards other living creatures. Yes. The best way to serve to serve the nature or to serve the other living creatures, It is really the best way. But still, you want to serve the nation. If given a chance, I would prefer to serve the living creatures who are really dumb.
Yes, ma'am, but there are individual preferences may differ. Because of my upbringing, I
Then
was
why you
always
study veterinary science?
uh, my choice of veterinary science is because of my background medical stream, where I lost my MBBS graduation because of
You have
that.
wasted one seat for an efficient candidate who can serve the living creatures.
Maybe to a certain extent that might be right, ma'am, but in a greater extent, I can use my knowledge in terms of policy planning also. I can carry the legacy of veterinary in terms of a greater scale. So that may not be completely true in my sense, ma'am.
Okay. Your father, Gugulavath Basha Nayak, and mother Gugulavath Imna Bhai, and your father's profession is agriculture. What does he cultivate?
Mostly they are dependent on horticultural crops and paddy, ma'am.
Horticultural crops and
Paddy, ma'am.
paddy. How lucrative are horticultural crops in Telangana?
There is a good market for horticultural crops in Telangana, ma'am, especially in terms of Jagityal, where most district is mostly abundant in growing mangoes, which has a more demand in terms of national market also, ma'am.
Have you worked anywhere after completing your graduation?
No, ma'am, I have not worked
What have you
anywhere.
done?
I have prepared for UPSC after
When
my
you completed
graduation
your graduation?
in 2020, ma'am.
Okay. Then after that you have started preparing for UPSC.
Yes, ma'am.
So your father does agriculture and his annual income is 72,000 rupees. You were 10th class, you studied in Sri Chaitanya High School. 12th class, Alphonse Junior College. How he funded your education?
Ma'am, in terms of funding towards education, Sri Chaitanya, it is not a convent school.
Right.
It is a very small school in my district, ma'am.
Okay, it is not the corporate school.
No, ma'am, it's
Right.
a very small school. But my father is
And
always.
most of the apps we are seeing from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, students are from Sri Chaitanya and Narayana, and everybody thinks it's a corporate school.
No, ma'am.
It is not different school. Okay. What is Alphonse Junior College? Alphonse, what do you mean by Alphonse?
Alphonse means thank you, ma'am. The meaning of Alphonse.
Is it English?
No, ma'am. Probably it is not English.
Probably.
But
just check it out whether it is English or French or German, or Italian.
yes, ma'am.
Where from this word Alphonse had a genesis? You can ask questions.